to react when he finishes. It's just like physical. It's almost like how like people reacted when the Beatles walk in. They're just sort of just like in a different tone.
Yeah.
And Louisiana music, man, it's powerful. It's really, really powerful in so many genres.
Hunter, you broke out, bro. You played a whole song on the washboard today.
Yeah, that was pretty. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
We've never done that.
Good. Have you ever seen anybody play a washboard before?
I've never seen that.
I didn't do it very well today, but
it was tight.
You fucking convinced me, man. You convinced me.
That was a little bit jumping and doing. We were taking
trying some new things.
Trying some new things today, and it was tight.
You need to listen to that album, man. If you like just blues and like accordion and like just the simple mechanics of like rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you want some new age stuff,
all the men in Hunter's family are musicians. All of his cousins, everybody and stuff that.
That's true.
Everybody, and they're all good.
My cousins kill it too.
Yeah,
Billy Mack.
So it's just natural.
My dad killed it.
Radio Zydeco.
He need to get his chops back, but he passed.
No, your dad still
pisses it in.
So how did you get to the
washboard too? Though.
How'd you get to the drums then?
His dad was a drummer.
His dad was a drummer.
As he was saying, his uncle was his uncle used to tour and stuff, and his dad was basically
always drummer.
He was a drummer, and he basically was Roddy's
Which was cool because my dad like started playing drums at like only like 21 years old.
Hey, wait, can I stop? How much older is Jeff than
10 years.
10 years.
Okay. So my uncle started when he was 11 years old.
Oh wow!
And they actually had to go to the state capitol.
They changed the law.
And they changed the law.
So he could play?
So he could play.
Because
Because he was that good.
The Roddy Romero law.
The Roddy Romero law.
Wow.
That's a real thing.
That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy.
And that's how Harry Connick got to play in bars, because of the Roddy Romero law.
Harry Connick? What? Oh, my God. That's pretty...
Yeah, he does.
That's mind-blowing.
But he was like behind Wayne Toops, which is also a really heavy-hit name from the area. And like Wayne was really killing it when he was a little older than Roddy. Like came and was playing like the same licks as this man on accordion, like on a French accordion. So
accordion.
That's a crazy instrument too.
Oh yeah,
it's an insane concept of an instrument.
It's a harmonica it's a harmonica with keys and buttons.
Have you ever listened to any Zydeco before?
Tell you what?
Any Zydeco?
Yeah, it's a very small niche of music, but it comes from 100 square miles.
Zydeco?
Of Louisiana.
Dude.
South Central.
Hey,
South of I-10.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? How about this? If you edit it all, Charlie's going to show you some. Look, Charlie's going to show you some. And
put it in the...
No, that's what I'm saying. Play it for him, and then, hey, you can go back. Hey, you can go back and put a little bit of this under it, because Charlie will send you who's playing.
I got you.
Let's just do it right now.
And no, look,
I got this pulled
like they're pulling it up, but just remember, Charlie's going to text you who it is, and that way you can put it in here a little bit, so it's not just off a phone.
But this is a genre of music.
Go back.
Go back to money. That's the jam.
I'm older already because the thing is right here.
That's an accordion?
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It's like rock and roll. It's like this. Yeah. It's like a rock and roll with an accordion.
Yeah, the washboard.
The Beatles did this song too.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so.
And what is that?
Fire, man.
Zydeco? Is that what you guys said?
Zydeco.
Zydeco, Zydeco.
That's the genre.
And but yeah, that's the genre of music, and it's basically, I mean, it's basically only found through, I guess,
was 100 miles. I feel
Gulf
like.
Coast of Louisiana, Gulf Coast of Texas, maybe Beaumont, maybe Port Arthur.
Not a little bit, not much.
It's really Lafayette
It's really
Lafayette. That's where it
Lafayette
started.
and Ville Platte
and Mamu, like
and
north.
Mamu and Opelousas
But
too.
yeah,
Appaloosa's
there's
Mamu.
Cajun and there's Zydeco.
And Eunice.
It's the same and different at the same time. But
I feel like the Cajun more focuses on the fiddle
Yeah.
than Zydeco does.
It's traditional.
Yeah, Zydeco is more like swinging, like just like
It's
shuffle.
blues
Yeah,
played
it's blues.
with
Right.
double time
Nice.
beats, and like
Nice.
that honestly is I like to bring that into this band.
And he does.
with drumming.
Well, what do you guys consider yourselves?
Rock band.
I would
Musicians.
consider it a
Rock
Zydeco band.
Hunter-
Some would consider it a rock band. Like it's just
I'm cool with
rock that makes
Actually,
you dance.
'Cause to
And
me, it's a
that's the
jam band.
hard
To me,
part.
it's a jam band.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a broad
That's
generalization on my part.
It's not. It's not. So,
actually, I'm totally cool with this.
That's cool with
Consider us a
that.
Zydeco band.
He's talking about no, but Luis was saying he thinks it was a jam band, which is okay. That's fine. But now tonight was a little bit more
Jamie the normal.
than normal.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Okay.
thing. We like to go deeper than using the word jam as a genre
Yeah.
because honestly, improvised music is what we play on stage, but we will take you through a carousel of genres. Like
I feel that.
it's jam has turned into where it's like, oh, that's just
It's a
the
broad term.
genre now.
Yeah.
Like because people are playing their instruments on stage. Like
It's not.
They're
a
not
genre.
conforming
God.
anymore.
It's not a genre.
jam is a verb.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you play live, you jam, you do things that you haven't done before. So
See,
you
that-
take
that-
chances on stage.
You know, the only thing that I will say that I like about like using the term like jam band and like the jam band, just like people like it. Sometimes it has a negative connotation, but most of the time it encompasses so much. Because like like if you say like Lockin' Festival is a jam band festival, but like dude, they had what was it? When you went, they had what's the guys from Texas? Long black hair in the front. Krongbin. I couldn't think of the name. Krongbin.
Dude, yeah.
So, like, would you consider Krongbin that's just like a whole different style of music in general. And I mean, like, I kind of lost my train on that one, but all I'm saying is like most times whenever people talk about like the jam band or jam band scene, they usually kind of encompass so much that it's almost like whatever. It's almost like whatever kind of music there is. Most of the time, I guess it focuses
Because
on.
I guess I wouldn't know how to describe those guys either. Because I do see them partly being like a jam band and stuff, but they're, I don't know, they're so weird.
I mean, any band you can find. That's what.
That's
That's the
They
kind
are
of.
really
But that's the
a
kind of
Krongbin,
point.
man.
That's the kind of the point. Is like you
Who's
can
so weird?
Krongbin.
Oh yeah, well they're unique.
I think
So
I think I
unique.
heard somebody say that they were like some kind of like Incan kind of rock or something like that.
He
What the
played-
fuck does that even mean?
Nah, he does.
Houston.
Well, that
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
that makes sense.
He does.
That
He
makes
does.
sense.
He does. He actually does play a lot about like that.
Those,
that
like, weird
what's
scales.
that? What's that West African band? Tanarawan. He does. Tanarawan. He does.
Yeah, he
he's
does.
very-
He does.
He's very similar.
They're even more monotonous to me. But
Yeah,
good.
I mean, but that's kind of the point, I guess. Like it is kind of just like a.
Like a trance.
He is like almost like a trance.
it's
thing.
beautiful. I mean,
almost like a
I can listen to it for a long
meditation
time.
Yeah.
trance kind of thing.
But
I
it's
think
very
that's the point.
repetitive.
That's-
But that guy also has a really unique style. He has a sound. It's like when I hear them, if I'm listening to the radio, I know that's them.
dude, if you watch that dude's rig rundown, it is the funniest and the most awesome thing
I
ever.
didn't even know he had one.
Dude, look up that dude's rig rundown. It's basically him because like you look at him with like he has like they have like the crazy hair and everything. You like, oh, this dude's like gear rundown is about to be pretentious as hell. It is the exact opposite. Like he is up there. He's like, I've had this guitar for like a few years. I don't even know where I got it. He's like, this amp, basically, I just keep it because it hasn't broke yet. He's like, whatever. And he's like, I've had the same guitar pick for the past, no, literally.
That's amazing.
He literally said, this is the same guitar pick I've had for the
I
past
lose
8
5
months.
a day.
He said, every time that I lost one 8 months ago, he said, every time I get done playing, I have one pick. He's like, because I play so soft and everything. He's like, I don't lose picks. He says, I stick it in the pick guard and I'll take it out and play it again.
8 months. What
And then, you know what he does though? He has no pedals except for a wah that he turns on, clicks on,
And leaves it.
and leaves it all the way on the front.
A treble lead.
Yeah, very trebly. That's the only thing he uses. And turns the reverb up crazy, but it has a crazy sound.
How many pedals you guys got? Will.
Whoa.
Let's not. Hey, if we start
I'll go right now. I got 13 on my pedal board.
That's what I got. I got
got
about
13?
13 or
Let's
14.
I
do
got
that.
9.
I'm
I got-
changing all the time. I've made a decision that I'm only going to put. If I'm going to buy a new one, I'm going to take one off so I
Yeah.
can have everything on the board.
It gets too cluttered.
But I went and saw Dweezil Zappa. He has 2 pedal boards that
Two
are
giant
twice
pedals.
the size of mine, each one of them.
Dude, consider the source.
Well, I know,
Dude,
but
it's
still, I think that's so cool.
yeah.
All right, is this what we're talking about?
That's what I was about to say.
You have a pedal.
Yeah, Charlie has a pedal.
You got pedal,
You
Charlie?
played it tonight extensively. He's
two
got a bunch
pedals.
of
I got a
pedals.
hi-hat and a kick pedal.
Is that what we're talking about?
You don't.
No,
play
that's
any
what I
pedals?
was. That's what I was trying
He
to
played
say.
his pedal tonight a lot.
That's what I was saying, Luis. If you want to have a separate podcast with me and Steve, we'll go.
Brings it.
We'll gear talk
Dude,
all
honestly,
night long.
Big
like,
rundown.
I'm a pretty big gear.
We'll
nerd,
gear
man,
talk
so-
all
yeah,
night.
see your earthquaker
what
device
do
is
you usually
posted.
like to talk about on your podcast?
On here, I just like to keep it pretty much free flowing. You know, everybody just
What kind of music did you grow
just
up
kind of
listening
give
to?
everybody, you know, like a true sense of who these people are.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to?
Growing up, I listened to honestly a lot of like Mars Volta and kind of stuff like
Oh.
that. I heard a lot of that tonight. To be honest, I was
Thank
really
you,
surprised with
thank
you guys. I was
thank
like,
you.
"What the fuck is happening right now? Like, am I in Kearney right now?"
That's a fucking goddamn.
You guys
that's a
know
fucking,
some Mars Volta?
He's going to edit that out.
God, Omar, bro. Good God. Say that, bro. That's appreciate it.
Hell yeah!
You ever
man.
listen to Terra Milos?
Yeah, man. Terravellas,
Nick,
yeah.
hey, Nick Reinhardt, bro.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing. I love Pedals and Effects, that channel on YouTube.
And I like music that's they just try to make the weirdest sounds possible out of guitars
Yeah, that was Mars Volta.
without
Yeah.
using without trying to like make something on like on a computer, like trying to have some like electronic sounds. Like I love hearing bands where they're like, oh yeah, I stepped on this, and then hit this, and it makes some like crazy weird sound.
Yeah, man.
It's my favorite. Yeah, I mean like Steve probably has like the. I think I have a more. My sound is like a lot of more based in like natural guitar sounds. Steve's guitar now he makes a lot of different sounds that you wouldn't think that would come from a
But
guitar.
even then, I thought like together, you guys really got.
Yeah, it's a nice
You
blend.
guys really got.
Because
that kind
they're
of
different. It's
vibe.
different.
Yeah,
We have a
yeah.
contradicting but
together, it
complementing.
just felt like so right. I was like, sometimes it's like this feels like one guy, you know, just playing.
Yeah, I mean I think that it's kind of. I've always
Thank
said,
you. That's a good thing to
I've
hear.
always thought that it's like kind of like Steve always does a lot of stuff that I wish I could be doing while playing what I play.
Yeah.
And I mean I'm probably
And same
Steve-
thing. He plays rhythm. I mean, he plays great leads, and he plays great
I consider
rhythm
myself-
guitar
I
with a
consider-
wah-wah pedal.
I consider myself a
It's
rhythm
like an
guitarist,
art.
so-
It's like an
Yeah.
art. It's
But-
like it's. We have these part sections in songs where everybody stops and he just plays rhythm guitar with a wah.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever, a long time ago this album came out from this movie called Shaft.
Oh, yeah. My
And it
wall
starts
is-
off,
Yeah.
and that's how he sounds.
Yeah, I have the shafter wah. That's what my wah pedal is called, the shafter wah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
That's an Isaac Hayes record.
all right, so Hunter went to the bathroom, so now we can stop talking about just gear talk. So I'd like to talk more about like the Cage and the Zydeco because I know that people like. I feel like that's something that needs to be talked about up here, bro. Because people don't like Luis would have never heard about that.
Yeah,
if we
I
didn't
had
say
no
anything.
idea what the hell that was.
Lost by Your Ramblers, bro. Look them up, please.
Yep. They won a Grammy last
That's
year.
all you gotta say. Look
They
them
won a
up.
Grammy?
Yeah, they did.
They are, you know what they are? They are a real Cajun band. The lead singer sings mostly in French, if not all in French.
Wow.
And he plays
Cajun
violin, Cajun French. He plays violin, but they sound like an acid rock band.
They really
Playing with the biggest kick drum you've ever heard in your life.
do. Really.
And they are so good, and their fans are rabid.
Yeah.
I
Makes you
mean,
wanna stomp a
we've
hole
done
through
some
the
shows
floor.
with them, and they're the nicest, most down to earth, unpretentious people.
And who was this again?
Lost by
The